welcome back to another stream. My laptop was not doing what it should be doing earlier, so I had to close everything down, restart it, so I was going to be on a couple of minutes early, but alas, technology had other plans. But welcome in to everyone who is already here. Let me just get the chat and also get my glasses on. Welcome Laura, welcome Chrissy, Jasmine, Kimberlyn, Paulina, Dana, welcome Sarah. Finally made it to the beginning of a stream, welcome in. Welcome Vicky and Marielle. Lovely to see you all. Yes, I'm here now. I was just like, right, let's just get going, and then my laptop was like, nah, I'm gonna just forever be refreshing the web page and not playing the music and this and that, and I was just like, oh. But yeah, we are going to finish this double page. Been working on it the past 3 weeks on live streams, and yeah, today is the day. But I do have a question. So I did a couple of tests for the background, and this is what I came up with. Well, it will be down like that way. So dark at the top, lighter towards the bottom. Thing is, it is not showing a true colour there. Oh, that's a bit better there. The top one's more, it uses the royal blue, and the bottom one uses night blue, and they're both blended into ultramarine. So this one's a lot kind of brighter, and this one's a bit more muted in tone. Hiya Vicky, and hiya 1963 Diamond, welcome in. Oh, which of your two books made you most excited this week? Probably Flower Fantasy, because I knew nothing about it. I hadn't seen any pages where I did see a couple of pages from Lulu's A Million Hugs and Kisses, so yeah, so you like the more muted. I think I'm leaning towards this one. I think for this page and the colours I've got going on, this one's a bit too pow. And it's still quite bright because it's blended into the ultramarine, but not quite as bright as this one. So we've got to vote for top one, vote for the bottom one. You like the more muted one. Welcome Adele, and welcome Holly, welcome Brittany. Bottom one muted, so your animals are focused. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Chrissy. I think that is what I will start with. Let me grab that now. No, that's royal. Night and ultramarine. I think royal blue was the colour they sent me by mistake, so it's kind of a little bonus one for me. I often do my pages in POW colours, lol, and that's you do you, Dana. You always do you. You do what brings you joy. Oh, starting with a drink. Right, I'm going to get straight into it. Right. I'm going to finish this page with you guys, and as soon as I finished, I am immediately going to watch the final of The Traitors, which is airing tonight. It airs in about an hour, but obviously I'll still be streaming at that point. Yeah, I could not. One, I can't wait, and two, I can't avoid the spoilers tomorrow, as I've got work in the morning. Doubt I'd even be able to avoid the spoilers tonight. This is literally plastered everywhere. Red Panda is very red, I love that. It looks a little less red in real life. I think it looks better. That little bit you can see there, that's more true to life than, say, when it's like that. It looks quite bold. But yeah, it's a nice red. Yeah, I feel like the blue complements the red and the yellow both quite nicely. Yeah, I've had a bit of a productive day today. Had the dentist this morning. Got that done. All good. And then I did a bit of colouring when I got home, had my lunch, and then I filmed, edited and uploaded the next part of my saga and colour along for my members. Laura ordered your first Neocolor 2s yesterday. Love it. I am absolutely obsessed with them. Using them a lot. In fact, I did another layer for my Drommenvanger ice cream page. I did another layer to smooth it all out before I got set up for stream. It's so hard getting right into the... Oh, you can't even see. It's so hard getting right into the crease of the book. It's kind of why I wanted to do them both at the same time, because I knew I'd get some almost bleed over. Yeah, I thought I'd get at least the first layer Neocolor 2s down. I'll probably end up doing a second layer as well to smooth it all out. Whilst then whilst it's drying, I can maybe tackle the snow. Although by applying then activating and applying and activating on the other page has been pretty good, because once I finish working on the other page I can come back to the one on the other side. Good way of working these pages together. That red panda is a grumpy one. I think he looks sad. He's got a sad little face. He's like pouting. But yeah, it's the eyebrows. Angry old eyebrows. Very defined. Everyone seems to be using them a lot. I didn't stand a chance. Yeah, they're great. I've been buying them open stock, although after seeing Joe Piggy Pens swatching the new sets, I am absolutely kicking myself that I didn't look at those before starting to purchase them open stock, because they'd already been released. I just didn't even think to check the sets. I just wanted to kind of curate my own, because I pretty much have all the ones from the pastel set. And I love the pinks and the blues that come in it, the new colours. So I will just kind of see if they ever release it open stock. Maybe, probably not. Hi, Ambient Landscapes, welcome in. Fun fact, we call one of our cats Kung Fu Panda. Panda is like a soft version of fucker in Lithuanian, so we use it as a play on Kung Fu Panda. That's hilarious. I want to try Neocolor too, but I also have enough of water-soluble stuff. I don't even love it that much. Adele, I was kind of the same, but the Neocolor 2s, I've really grown to love them. They're so easy to work with. Like the fact that you just scribble them down and they just melt into the page, it's like amazing. You don't have to do too much work with them, like in terms of blending, because they do it all on their own. I'm just looking at it. I think I want to darken up the edge here. Yeah, I had 3 just open stock blue Neocolor 2s that had been sat on my shelf for pretty much a year before I ended up getting just some other colours, and it wasn't until I had those colours I was like, okay, yep, I'm obsessed now. I got them with the plan to use them for like water, and I just never wanted to colour water, so I never used them. I need to look at it straight on. I'm like, do I have it lower down here and then like that, or do for each page? I think for each page. If anyone thought otherwise, too late now. Just to kind of frame the leopard a bit more. Warning, entering enabling zone. Very true, Vera, welcome in. Welcome in. You got a bonus coming up for my 5-year anniversary at work, so of course I'm going to spend it on colouring. Love that for you. Why is it looking so blown out? Is it my jumper? Yeah. Pull the sleeve up. That's not so bad. And it's just focusing in on my pale skin matches the pale paper. I'm feeling the enablement. Erica's running errands right now, but I thought I'd pop in to say hi and listen in. Welcome in, Erica. Glad to keep you company doing some errands. Right, I'm gonna grab, what's this? The ultramarine. May even blend it into the Cobalt Q 5%. Right at the bottom, I think that will look good. Pages like this with trees in the background means that it's a bit easier to get a smoother result because you've got less of a gap to fill in with solid colour. It's just applying it's a bit fiddly and annoying, but I do think it's easier in the end. Hiya Laurie, welcome in, Creeping at Colourful. Hope you're doing well. And hiya Dawn. Laura probably won't last long this evening, she's so tired. No worries Laura, if you disappear, we'll know where you've gone. Almost done with my page in Smelges Nova. Oh, Dromavanger. You've got to finish it this weekend because my doctor set my surgery for Tuesday next week. Ooh, you've got a date, Dana. So glad that's gonna hopefully improve things for you. Hope the surgery goes all nice and smoothly. Hiya Trini, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Yeah, we got a big cat on this page. I do not need more books, but I want more books. I keep seeing the most amazing ones on Instagram/YouTube. It's a dangerous place. I find YouTube's dangerous for influencing me to get books when people show them in hauls. I think Instagram's dangerous for me for seeing books where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with that page. Where's it from? I want to colour that page. Because often it isn't until I see someone colour a page that I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this book. It's going to be a really good thing. Yes. Yeah, glad it's finally happening for you, Dana. As I'm here, I'm going to do the Neocolor 2s on this side, but then activate them one at a time. Hello, Jocelyn, is that right? Welcome in, happy Friday to you. Talking of cats, I said I wouldn't buy any more Colour by Numbers, and then I saw the cats one on Vinted and of course snatched it right up. Sometimes when you see something on Vinted that's a bargain, it's rude to say no. I keep periodically checking in on Vinted for stickles. So I'm looking to build my stickles collection. And someone was selling, I think it was diamond and icicle or crystal. Two of those three. I can't remember what the combo was, and they were £3 each on Vinted, new and not used. And so I put in an offer for the two of them for £4 and they accepted that. So yeah, basically got 2 bottles of stickles for the price of one that it would cost me on Amazon. Yeah, I'm going to keep checking in there, see what pops up every now and then. What do you do with so many books? Do you have time to colour in them all? Well, it depends, Trinu. I mean, for me, I do want to colour in all my books, and that's a big goal of mine, to colour in all my books and have no untouched books. But everyone colours at different speeds. I know I do colour a lot in 1 month. But even if you don't, collecting is part of the hobby. And having all the books by an artist that you love can bring just as much joy as colouring a page. I love diamond, my most used. Oh, I need to find out now what they were. I think it was diamond and crystal. I think that's right. Yes, diamond and crystal, so I'm looking forward to those. You're going to need to buy 2 of the 4 of Sensitive Skin's Stomach Turkey Wet Cat Food. Oh, for your cat. My Christmas present didn't get My Christmas present didn't get delivered, so I'm allowed that one. You're allowed anything. Catherine, you're allowed anything. Oh, hi Catherine. Yeah. I don't think I said hi, but hi Catherine. My birthday's coming in March, so I'll probably get more books then. I already gave my kids a list of books I want now. I've been very good. So far I've just got 2 books. So, pretty good for me. Massive snowstorm this Sunday, so I'll be colouring all day. Yeah, I was reading about that in the... which group chat was it? I think the RJ Hampson one. I had no idea it was hitting like most of the US. Kinda crazy. Are you really asking Jess if she gets tough coloured? Jess colours more in a month than I do in a year. Yeah. Who was it that I was watching? I think it was Shell. And she coloured something like 58 pages, which, amazing, lovely. And I was just there watching going, I did that last month. Like, not in a judging way at all, but it's just like, everyone has different speeds of colouring, everyone has different amounts of time that they can dedicate to colouring. I have a lot of time I can dedicate to colouring, which does help increase my number of pages that I manage to get coloured. Obviously if I had kids, I wouldn't be colouring as much. If I worked full time, I wouldn't be colouring as much. did 28 last year, that's like half a month for you. I think I've just hit 28 this month. Where's my journal? Oh, there it is. I'm getting confused with which colour is the right journal now. I've done 31 as of today. I've still kept up the streak of finishing a page a day, at least one. Honestly, I did not expect it to last an entire month, but I think it might. You can colour 6 a month, and that's absolutely fine. I always feel, I don't know, sad when people see my complete pages and they go, oh, I could never colour this month. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you colour, as long as you're enjoying it. For me, I do actually get quite a lot of enjoyment about colouring lots of different pages. But not every single page is one that takes me hours and hours to do. Lots of layers, lots of pencil, lots of shading and accents. If it did, then I would be colouring a lot less. But some are very quick, easy wins, especially with the title pages that I've been doing. Alcohol marker pages usually take me an hour or two. They're a quick, easy one to pump out. Good evening, Hues of Calm. Welcome in. What should we call you, Hues of Calm? I've been wondering this when you pop up. I'm like, what's your name, lovely? Feel happy. 9 pages for January. You're on 9 pages for January, nearly 29. How does that work, Catherine? How do you jump from 9 to 29? Trying not to buy much as well because of my pain and now surgery date. My hubby took me on a shopping trip and bought me 11 books. And you know what? It's such a great feeling, buying a bunch of books all at once. And there's no shame in that. 10, not 29. I was like, Catherine, how does that maths work? Yeah, 10 going on 29 pages. Anna. Thank you, Anna. Anna is at Hues of Calm. So what is the next book you plan to colour? Oh, I don't know. Do you mean on stream or just in general? Because if it's on stream, I will be colouring in Dragons du Monde. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart then. I was like, what's the name of the book? I could picture it, but I couldn't think of the name. Dragons du Monde. Although, just because of the way things have worked this month and how long I've spent on this, I don't think I'm going to finish it for my Diane Dufour page. And so it will probably be finished in the first week of February. And then I'll come back to this book. I wanted to get something else squeezed in, but I just ran out of time. Because those are my focus. Well, Diane Dufour's the focus artist for the first half of the year, so I'll be colouring in a few of her different books. And then Fragile World is the focus book, so I'll be doing at least 1 page a month. And I know exactly what page I'm doing for next month. If you saw the Instagram post I did yesterday, you might know what one it is as well. Dawn, you've got to go, no worries. There's no comparing, you do you and enjoy the addiction to colouring. Exactly, Laurie, exactly. As long as you enjoy the process, that's all that matters. Sometimes pages turn out well, sometimes they don't. But if you're enjoying the process, learning from the process, that's the main thing. Is it for next Friday or the Tubeathon? So next Friday I will do the Dragons du Monde page. I will start that. I'll probably base the whole page with alcohol markers and then do the pencil shading in the next one, or I might be able to start the pencil shading, I don't know. And then that Sunday is the Tubeathon. So if you're not aware of the Tubeathon, Joe at Piggy Pens started an initiative where 16 streamers or 16 colorists on YouTube are streaming for 80 minutes each on the 1st of February. I'm not going to be colouring one of these project books. I'm doing something different. Something that I can hopefully finish in the 80-minute time slot. I've got the page picked out. I'll have my colours and my markers all picked out. It's just a marker page, so I think I should be able to do it. But yeah, it's a special one for the Colouring for Cancer charity event. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. Lots of different people are participating in that. I did share the announcement video on my community tab. Just notice everything she's starting now. Not everything. I know I'm colouring in these project books, and yeah, I'd really kind of planned at the start of the month, and then that's for the special Colouring for Cancer thing. I've started my colour in, colour out for the fundraiser. Oh yes, I saw that on Instagram. Sounds really cool, Catherine. What are you doing for the background? It is blue. Not sure how that's showing up. It is looking very bright on screen. Definitely need to start Fragile World, and I believe you have inspired me to do these 2 pages during the snowstorm. They're really fun pages to colour, but I don't know how I would have done it without the Neocolor 2s, I'm not going to lie, because I think it would have been, well, I could have used Inktense to base, or watercolour would have worked as well, but I'm not very comfortable with watercolour, but the Inktense would have looked really kind of liney. I kind of want to deepen the colour at the top here a little bit. I definitely couldn't imagine doing this in just pencil. God no. It would absolutely eat your pencil up because these animals are big. Nice, maybe I'll try to colour along that exact page. I feel motivated by it. No pressure if you don't. I'll show the page off next week. I'm planning to do but yeah, I'm one of the last streamers for that day, so I'm going 7:30 till just before 9. Yeah, 8:50. That's right, that's 80 minutes. Can do maths. What is your favourite supplies? Loving the Neocolor 2s, but my favourite pencils have for a long time been the Polychromos, and they still are. Right, time to activate. Ooh. start at the bottom here. King Arts are fast and easy to use, great choice as well. Yeah, I keep seeing the gel sticks, specifically the King Arts, out about. And gel sticks and distress inks are both mediums that I'm like looking at and I've been thinking about for ages, and I'm not sure that's something I want to get into. Especially the distress inks. I mean, one, they're quite an expensive medium, and two, I like smooth things, and I think it would really annoy me, the learning curve that distress inks have. I'm trying to get that smooth result. It would really bother me having blotchy backgrounds. I mean, sometimes that's the effect I want to go for, like kind of mottled. But like blotchy and patchy, that's not my vibes. Glad you reminded me I have the distress ink pads to try. There you go, Laurie. Oh, you're talking about Dragons du Monde, Adele. Sorry. I was getting confused with which one you were talking about. Yeah, I'm doing a page from Dragons du Monde for January, and I'm going to return to it again in March for Vera's hashtag March of the Dragons. But I wanted to start the year off with it because it's an untouched book. What books am I dreaming of? The next ones on my wish list are ones by Storm's Eye Design, but I'm waiting for her next one, or to see what pages she creates for the bits and bobs on shelves, because that sounds right up my alley. Then I'll do a big order from her. Yeah, her Flora and Fauna book is stunning, and I definitely want to get that one. Don't really have a desire to own all the medium, I just need something to do backgrounds in large areas. Yeah, backgrounds are what I struggle with. Vera posting the little dragon in chat. I'm also thinking about doing a page in Dragons du Monde for Vera's membership because it has some perfect ones. Ooh, that's a good point. Need to find a page to do for that. I'm trying to remember what the prompt was. I'll look it up later. I actually found 3 and can't pick. Oh, honestly, the struggle of trying to decide a page. I'm currently on the hunt for a page for the R.J. Hampson colouring theme, which I believe is... It's love something. Love. It's not just the word love, it's love and something. What did everyone think about the new books Jess showed us this week? Yes, what did you guys think of Mel Permeni's Flower Fantasy and Lulu's A Million Hugs and Kisses? Both very, very different books in terms of detail. Absolutely, completely different styles. But both books I'm really, really loving. Love Flower Fantasy, me too. I was so shocked at how well that flip through did. Like, it immediately, like, I never pay much attention to views or the ranking of videos. I mean, it shows on your dashboard of videos, like, well done, this video is performing better than usual. Oh, this one's not doing so well, and I don't care about that because not every video can be a number one. But this one went straight to number one of like recently released, and I was just like, wow. It's very unusual for a single book flip through to do very well for me. But I do them because they're books that I love and want to share, or I've been sent, or I want to, really excited for it, so I share my first impressions with you all. Those are always my favourite, the first impressions flip throughs. Oh, Erica, welcome to the Bumblebee, my memberships. You've been a fuzzy Bumblebee. Thanks for joining. True Love, that's it. I knew it was something love. True Love for the R.J. Hampson theme of the month. Vera doesn't know what she's doing for the membership yet. You've got plenty of time though. Learning curves are frustrating. I'm using my beginner copy of Small Victories to practice all the background mediums. That's a great idea, Erica. I should have a book like that, but I don't. I don't know if I'd want a book like that, to be honest. I just kind of hope for the best in the books that I have. And I'm experimenting new things. Okay, this is definitely going to need 2 coats. It's looking very patchy. The second coat always pulls it together. You've got to trust the process with Neos. Love our fantasy. You saw the Lulu May one at Walmart, so I might get that. You love both books, you love them both. Yeah, they're both amazing, but wow, Flower Fantasy, what a book. I was a little, like, when I saw the name of the book, I was like, ooh, that sounds up my alley. But I was a bit like, how's it going to be? Because even though I love Dream Voyage, I still haven't coloured in it. I do have a buddy colour plan though, so that's going to help me get started in it. That's planned for March. Even though I love it and I love the art style, just found it so hard to get into. But Flower Fantasy, even though it's incredibly detailed, I cannot wait to colour the first page and just get stuck in. And I really do love every single page. It's not a page I dislike. There's pages I like less than others, but so many that I love. It's because no previews have been out. Yeah, the fact that it was one of the first to come out, whereas Lulu's Hugs and Kisses, a few had already popped up as it was released in the US earlier than here. I think you were the first, at least as far as I saw. There was also another one by Helen at Little Hobby Nook. So if you want to see another person's views and opinions on it, because I do like watching other people's flip throughs of books that I have. I just like hearing their thoughts about things they love. Although they're basically the same flip through, because we had very, very similar thoughts, like to a spooky level of how we reacted to our first impressions of the book. I need to watch Shelley's flip through to see what she thinks of it, because I'm interested to hear her thoughts as well. It was a bit of a video faster than the other. Came in literally as soon as I got it, I went upstairs, I recorded it, I edited it, I uploaded it. I went boom, boom, boom. Your pleasure. I like seeing my name in green and bold. Love that, Erica. I'm finding fixing pages strangely satisfying, so I don't worry as much about the messy stage. Nice. Hi Shannon, welcome in, lovely to see you. Dream Voyage is the hardest one for me because it's not real. Yeah, it's very well, fantasy I love, but it's very like surrealist, I kind of describe it as. I don't even know if that's the right word, but like things don't necessarily have a place, like foreground, middle ground, background, like they're kind of just floating objects a lot of the times, and that's what I struggle with, like making sense of an image. I like images to make sense. I like to know what I'm doing when I see it. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Jess, if you want to do a Buddy in the Flower book when I get it for my birthday in March, I would love to do that. Absolutely, Vera, pencil me in for that immediately. I've got one planned with Helen, but it's the heart Valentine's page. So yeah, definitely be great to get another one done. Absolutely, Vera, that would be great. If I were to do a Melpa Mini rank and rate today, where would you put it? Ooh, that is a good question. I think for me, Circle of Life still is supreme. And that is purely for the, one, large amount of images, and two, the variety of images. Like you've got all sorts of different animals, some more landscapey ones. I love it. I like that they're all in circles, so you don't necessarily have to worry about backgrounds. You've got a few double page spreads, which are really, really stunning. So that one still is number one, and I think it would be really hard for something to knock it off number one. But I do think Flower Fantasy could be number two. It could be number two. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. I'll kind of reevaluate once I've coloured in it, because I find until I've coloured in a book I can't really say how much I love it until I've done that. Then Enchanted Earth, it's very close between the two. I really love Enchanted Earth. In my flip through of the flower one, a lot of people said that they didn't get the previous two, which was Dream Voyage and Enchanted Earth. And I love Enchanted Earth. I like the variety of images again. I like how they're fantastical but not too confusing like Dream Voyage are, like to the point where I don't know where to start. It's the one I've done the most pages in, I think. So yeah, I really do love that one. And then it's either Dream Voyage or Nature Mandalas. I think as a concept I prefer Dream Voyage, but in terms of my ability to colour, I'd be much more comfortable starting and finishing a page in Nature Mandalas than Dream Voyage. But I'd probably put Nature Mandalas last, just because I think a lot of people agree with this, but just the repetitive nature, it is a great, for mandala books, it's the only one I have, and I do like it for that reason. It's not just the exact same design repeated round, you've got a bit of variation with a lot of them with the animals. But yeah, Dream Voyage, I think once I start colouring in it I will love it. I'm really excited for the page I've got planned in March. Ooh. Gotta go for now, thanks for the inspiration. Bye everyone, bye Laurie, take care. Oh, what did I miss? What have I missed? Loving the blue background? Blue background. Shelley didn't see any jellyfish. just a me and Helen thing then. There's this page with a woman, and I saw it and I was like, oh, a jellyfish. And then I was like, hang on, this jellyfish has got shoulders and a back. And I was like, oh, it's a woman. I'm going to show you the page that I'm talking about. I get so excited doing first impression flip throughs. I'm so like close to the page, and I'm looking at it so closely I don't see it as a whole. And when you see it on a video, you see it as a whole better. But I kind of like hyper focus into the page. And right, look at it like that and tell me that doesn't look like a jellyfish when you first stare at that. Ignoring the bottom half, but it's jellyfish-like. Head, tentacles. It looks like a jellyfish. And then I was like, oh, but hang on, it's got arms. It's got a body. That is going to be a fun page to colour, though. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in. You're doing it right away. Nice, Vera. We will get that organised. Hi, Hannah. Welcome in. What program do I use to edit your videos? Looking for suggestions. I edit, film, upload, do everything on my phone. So I use an app called VLLO. It's so simple to use. Like, it takes zero time to learn how to use it, and I don't do much video editing. I just snip clips, like delete the bits of me moving the book out of frame, but you don't even need to do that. I would definitely put it above Nature Mandalas and Dream Voyage, but I struggle to place it among Circle of Life and Enchanted Earth. Yeah, Kimberlyn. Those three are definitely the best, and then Nature Mandalas and Dream Voyage, in my opinion, are definitely the worst. There's fantasy, and then there's weird and surreal. Yeah. Oh, my chat keeps jumping around. Hiya, Ali. Welcome in. You totally agree. Circle of Life is #1. Really love that book. I have neglected it so much. I need a Melpomene month. Maybe March. Melpomene in March. I know people have done it for like May in as well, but the fact that I've got buddy with Vera planned, another buddy in what's it called, Dream Voyage plan, maybe do another couple in the other books. I love Circle of Life, but honestly it scared me, so I haven't bought it yet because I'm not sure if I'd colour in it or just stare and put it back on the shelf like Kirby's Alien Worlds. Adele, Melpomene's book look so much more overwhelming on camera than they do in real life, in my opinion. And as soon as you start colouring, they just come to life quite easily. I think I need to colour one on camera. In fact, maybe I'll do that for March. March, Melpomene month. Do a page on a live stream. Talk you through my process for tackling one of the pages. Maybe even do one from Flower Fantasy. We'll see. Jan will be the first month since September that we haven't done a separate capybara buddy. Thinking I'd forgotten a page with you. We definitely don't have a buddy, right, Jess? I don't believe so, Amanda. Well, that's crazy that we've had a buddy together since September. That's crazy. Every month. But yeah, no, I don't have anything. I've only got a couple of books left on my stack, left to colour in, but no. Adele, I think it's visually intimidating, but there are so many lines you could pretty much flat colour and it would still look fantastic. Exactly. It doesn't. It's hair. No. Team Jellyfish. Yes. I would have thought that was a jellyfish too. It's only when you first glance at it, and then when you zoom out, you're like, okay, yeah, that's definitely a person. Still not seeing the head, arms, and body. Pure jellyfish. Are you still doing February? Yes, I officially announced it on Instagram yesterday because I had someone message me saying, "Is this going on? You've been talking about it and haven't announced it." And I was like, you know what? Let's do a post. And the video, I'm hoping, will go out Sunday, which means I've done an upload every day this week. But I'm fine with that. Right, let's go back to this jellyfish. And I will kind of point out the details if you can't see anything but jellyfish. Where's she gone? Oh, jellyfish lady, where are you? Here we go. So, this is her head, and all her hair, and then arm, back, and it's like kind of a flower skirt. Such a cool page, I really do love it. But I think she will forever be the jellyfish lady. I might have to colour in like blues and aquas Go full jellyfish with her, just for shits and giggles. Same, Laura. I was like, that's hair, what's going on here? And then Jess was like, ooh, a jellyfish. And I started yelling that it's a woman, honestly. I'm not surprised that people would shout at me, because some things I say... So when I did my Matchstick Mouse flip through, and so many people were like, it's Frankenstein, or it's a this, it's a that, and I'm like, now I see it after I finish, but the first excitement, I'm like, what is it? It's just wearing a big coat. And then I see it again, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's very clearly Frankenstein. I just, yeah. The scrolly flower tattoos on her arms makes it hard to see. Exactly. And when you first flip, like, your eyes are drawn to the head, and it's just kind of massive flowers, tentacly hair. I was not shouting, I was just like, wait, a jellyfish? How? At least I did realise and didn't continue to live in blissful ignorance of not knowing what's a jellyfish and what is a lady's hair. But it's like things like that, I'd never edit that out of a video, that's just me. I was chatting with Helen and she was like, you did the same thing as me. And then she goes, but at least you recognised that the page with the, I think it had a compass in the middle and it had the 4 elements represented. She was like, I saw it as the 4 seasons, but they're clearly elements. And I was like, don't worry, when I first saw it I also thought seasons, and then realised that each bit represented a different element. Fire, water, air, earth. Those are the elements. I think Melpomene books looks a lot more scary than they are because the inking is so dark and thick, but there really isn't that much left to colour and it becomes easy. Exactly. Let's grab Circle of Life a second. And, like, not to toot your own trumpet, but your colouring looks amazing. It really does in her books, because it takes such little effort. This is one of my favourite pages I've ever done. But, like, yes, there's loads of black lines in this swan, but it just adds to the texture and the depth. And the same with the flowers. Where you've got the extra lines, that's where you put your shadows. And it all comes together super, super easily. And they, water-based markers work really well in these books as well. Although I don't think I based any of these pages, because this was before I started basing work. Oh no, this one I based. I wish I'd gone for a slightly lighter or a slightly more brownish sand, just so then they pop out a bit more, they kind of blend in. But yeah, that was all based, and yeah, just needed a little bit extra shading to bring some definition in. And so much glitter, love all the glitter. Here's another one. Like each segment like that, it does look crazy, but coloured in, like you just go element by element and it all comes together. Absolutely love her, and it was very much neglected last year. I coloured 2 pages and they were 2 whips finished in nature mandalas, and that is criminal. Please don't forget about the page in Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder with the honeycombs and the pot of honey, because that has many bees among other books. That page has been flagged. I'm doing a video. I've started flagging the pages. I had a bit of time before I had my dinner, but not enough time to want to start colouring something different after I finished my colour along video. So I started flagging bee pages, and oh, there's a lot of bees. So many bees. I've done all my square books. I started moving on to the hardback books because I know Maria Troll and Hannah Carlson love a little bee. Oh, did I miss something from Adele? The Capybara Cuties one. Yeah, that's the group we have. We're colouring 2 pages in Capybara Cuties each month. Although I haven't done mine yet. I think I'm saving them right to the very end, where I'm like, okay, I need a quick easy win. Let's grab this book out. I also don't have any ideas for colour palettes yet, but I will get there. My kitty is watching your video on my monitor and pouring at your hand. Hi kitty, hello. That is so cute. It's like the oranges with cloves too. Oh, Kimberlyn, don't get me started on those bloody oranges. In Maria Troll's Orstida, twice in a video I forgot, and twice I was told they're oranges with cloves in them. It's a traditional Swedish thing, and I'm like, I'm sorry. But I'll never forget now. I'll never forget their oranges and cloves. I wanted to get it coloured last year before I forgot again, but I think I've been reminded so many times now I can't forget. But to be fair, it looks like some nice flower wrapping paper. And you could colour it that way and it would look really cute. I've got a bee lined up and I've added it to line up to be more Jess. Love that, Catherine. Can't wait to see it. Yeah. I don't know how many bee pages I'll get done because there's a lot that I love, but I know I can't get them all done. I have some priorities. Priority bees. Priority bees. But we will see. It is a short month, February, so can't plan too much. I mean, you can, but you might not achieve it. That's fine. Got quite a few buddies lined up, so I'm starting to plan for March now instead. By the way, I have a group for Colour Me Capybaras that wants to join. That's the Ella Yazabek book. It's just 4 of us, but we pick a page each month. Put the info on the Buddy Colour website. Oh yeah, I have seen that around of people colouring in it or posting it on Instagram. I've seen or heard there's a group. I don't know, I love that book, but there's kind of too many big open spaces which kind of draws me away from it. Like the backgrounds are quite large and I'm just like, I don't know what I would do with them. But if you keep talking to me about it, then I'll change my mind. Yeah, Amanda loves her capybaras. Happy you went for the blue for the background for this. Looks awesome. Thanks, Amanda. It's not looking awesome just yet. It's looking quite rubbish, actually. It doesn't look so bad to you guys, but it is patchy as anything. But another layer, and it will all smooth out nicely. This is just getting our base down. I do feel the need that I need to like hurry it up. I want to get the snow done as well. I don't know if you noticed, but I have started shading the snow. These just look a tad smoother, these little bits here. Just kind of practicing. Seeing what pencils. I used to make those in preschool for our parents. Nice. I thought oranges were $1,000. Honestly. Why is fruit so expensive in the US? That's what I'd like to know. I, for some reason, really like watching this lady use a cast iron juicer. And she juices bags of oranges and they're like $7. And I'm just like, for oranges? That would cost like £2 in the UK. Maybe for a big bag it'd be like £3-4, but like, why so expensive? If I was an American, I wouldn't eat fruit. It would put me in debt. It's ridiculous. I think I might colour either So I Married an Axe Murderer or Kiki Delivery Service Bees in my Flight and Fancy Pop manga book. Sarah, that book is one of the top bee books that I've flagged so far in my collection. It's either that or one of my Maria Troll ones, but oh, it's a good book for bees. I love it. Was that the reason it was the first Camilla de Erico book that I got? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Now I want to buy the book just to join, honestly. All the group buddy colours, all the fun. As usual, I have too many options to colour for February. How do you all not get stressed out at all the page possibilities? I mean, unless you're Jess, who just colours them all anyway. I mean, if you go back to my plans, I don't colour all of them. But I do colour most of them. I try for myself to be realistic with my plans. So definitely all the buddies, and then there may be a couple of extra pages. Jan, I had quite a few extra pages because I didn't have too many buddies. But February, looking a bit busier. That's okay. I like my buddies. They're all pages I want to do. But yeah, it was quite nice at the start of this month. I just kind of coloured what I felt like. Just picking up some random books. Maybe that's what I should do. Have a month that's a bit more full of buddies, and then a month which is a bit calmer. If I can even plan that. My new spread of my journal is definitely helping because I only have enough space for 10 buddy colours to be written down there. So I can't plan any more per month than that. And I'm trying not to actually even fill up the box. So I plan a couple of extra pages once the month begins. That always seems inevitable. So many possibilities for February. Exactly. You gotta make it a pop with jellyfish. I do. A capybara-less colourist here. Oh, Vera. Vera. As an animal lover, how? Looks awesome from here. Well, thank you guys. And it's done because we grow them in Florida. Literally. Literally. Some of the fruit was imported to the US. The tariffs were getting put on it. Very true. But you can grow a lot of fruit in the US. You've got some really nice hot climates. All of our fruit is imported in the UK, apart from in the summertime, where you'll get some berries. Are cheaper in the summertime because we can grow them in this country, but not by that much cheaper. And you'd think importing to a big country would make things cheaper than a smaller country like the UK. A base of alcohol markers and use pencil over the top. Oh, and capybara cuties, nice. Single-sided. For me too, I got it because of the bees. They are really cute bees in that book. I love the way Camilla draws her bees. Fruits like the oranges in Florida causes the trees to be green. Nothing can be done about it, but in California they're treating it before it gets bad. Oh. I went to say hi and my breath just kind of came away from me. Oh my god. Hi Tara, welcome in. What's helped me is I'll make a list of everything I want to colour, then randomly pick those with a randomiser, and it takes the stress of choosing it out. That's a great idea, Sarah. I like that. That's kind of what I do per per season have my randomizer, and then each month I'll kind of shortlist it. And when it gets to the end of the season, I'm like, okay, I've got all these books I still want to cover. I'm not convinced my winter randomizer is going to be all too successful. That's okay, you win some, you lose some. And I'm glad I didn't randomise more books because I wouldn't have got there. But I'm really happy with the pages I've done this month. I've done some really nice ones, if I do say so myself. Right, first layer done. This side looks better than that side. My activation must have got better as I went on. You can't grow bananas or tropical fruit, but citrus and most everything, yes. I mean, nor can we, Kimberlyn. We can't... You think the UK can grow tropical fruit? We can't grow citrus either. I think all our oranges are probably from Spain or Italy or something like that. Background looks nice. Oh, phenomenal. I can't speak. Background looks phenomenal. I'm trying to speak too quickly. Background looks phenomenal. Thanks, Tara. We get local apples. Everything else is imported 90% of the time. Apples are relatively cheap here. Yeah, apples are... I say apples are relatively cheap. They're getting more expensive. A pack of 6 is usually, I want to say, about £1.60, £1.80-ish for a pack of 6. I don't know if that would be classed as cheap for you in the US, or what your apples are cheaper. Who knows? That's right, pat yourself on the back. Honestly, I showed my bum, well, I showed both my parents, this page I'd done a mythographic that I was so proud of. I was like, look at this, I think it might be the best page I've ever coloured. And my mum goes, well, it's very pink, is it? She can't just say, she can't... My mum always has to find a critique in anything I colour. And then my dad comes over and he goes, very nice, but I'll be honest, it's not exactly my cup of tea. And I was like, that's fair enough, Dad. Depends how big the apple is. We buy them by the pound. Yeah, that's something I saw in the US. Like, you don't have pre-packaged fruits. Like, well, you can get single fruits, but I'd say the majority of people buy them in a pack, and that would usually come in a pack of 6 for apples and like pears and oranges and things like that. You can grow plums and stuff in England too, and grapes. They're just not as good. Yeah, it depends on the time of year as well, Amy, doesn't it? Also depends on the type of apple. Yeah, for us too. Right, I'm going to pop you guys on the Be Back Soon screen a second, just because I need a wee. So now's a good opportunity to ask you all, what are you currently colouring, or what have you been colouring today? And I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. Right now a £3 bag of galas are £2.29 at Aldi. I don't know what £3 are. As a measurement, that just means absolutely nothing to me. To be fair, I wouldn't even know what it would be in grams. Like, if you said a 500 gram bag of apples, I would have no concept of what that is, because we just get them in packs. I look at the weekly ads for the grocery stores, including Super Walmart and Aldi, to see what fruits and vegetables are not only on sale but aren't rotting. Some fruits and vegetables you can buy pre-packaged, and others you have to buy frozen and or in singles. Vera's just finished your Lost Ocean, buddy. Nice. Kimberly's finally doing your RJ Hampson page for the month. It's the test drive page and around the world. That's a really fun one. Vera's now in doubt of going to sleep or starting a new page. That was me the other night. I was like, alright, I'm going to go to bed. And I was chatting and I was like, okay, I'm going to colour and finish a Zodiac Miniatures page. And I did. It was fun. Amy's desperately trying to finish your Dragonspell Lantern. Nice. I had absolutely zero ideas for that, so I thought, let the pages roll in and it might inspire me. Vera's still working on hers, thanks to some forced breaks. The cat. Laura's done a tiny bit in the cacti page in Nature Mandalas. I love that page. Love all those cacti. Jocelyn's doing the opening pages of Erie's Fairy Tale. Nice. Love that one. Sarah's colouring in Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kaneko Gusa. Anna finished her RJ Hampson page. Then Jeanette's done a page in Small Victories, a quick one with King Art gel sticks and white pen outlines. Lovely. Eric used to live in California, not too far from the Central Valley. The agricultural juggernaut, fruit at farmers' markets weren't too mad, but one company owns most of the grocery stores. Monopoly pricing. Yeah, lovely, isn't it? Marielle's doing the Rapunzel in Dark Fairy Tales. Time to start with the hair. Nice. Are you doing the one of her in the towel or the one with all the hair? Because that one with all the hair, I haven't done that one yet. Eventually I'll get there. Kimberlyn decided that the double-page winter scene in the Hidden Seasons gets 2 months because it's 2 pages. So your membership page for this month won't be finished until next. That's completely fair enough, Kimberlyn. I know you've been working a lot on that one. Ali's got to head out to get on the road. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good time at work. Bouncing between Sugar's Colouring the Year and for your January Scavenger Lulu Mayer page in Million Monsters. That reminds me, I need to come up with the prompts for February. Got a couple of ideas. I need to write them out. Hiya Michelle, welcome in. Kimberlyn. Oh, it's 1.3 kilos. It's £3. Okay, that's $2. That's pretty good then, for that much. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. So 6 apples would be roughly 1 kilogram. Fair enough. Thanks, Adele. Michelle's colouring in Winter Wonderland. Nice. You're swatching the 96 not old, Olo alcohol markers. They're gorgeous, lots of lights like the Copics. They filled in a lot of the empty spots, like the Ys, YGs and Gs to fill in the value leaps. Ooh, not to enable anyone, as you say, as I get up my Amazon to be like, let's have a look at these Olo markers. What's it, 96? Olo, not Ollie, Olo alcohol markers. Oh, it comes up with nothing, it just comes up with a hoo-hoo. Let's try Googling it. Oh. Oh, 96. 96 new colours. Ooh, very nice. As I just get distracted here. I think Joe is going to have no problem winning light v dark this month. Yeah, they were saying that Joe's definitely going to win this month, and with Love vs Hate, Love's for sure going to win because it's so easy. With it being Valentine's month, so many people are going to be colouring pages with love. Any page with a love heart would work, and then for Hate it's a bit more nuanced, which makes it a bit more interesting to hunt for, that's for sure. But yeah, Love's definitely going to win. In my mind, I was thinking lovers versus enemies versus lovers. I thought that would be cool, but like Love versus Hate is pretty much the same, just not necessarily applied to people. Is Holly still here? Yeah, I found them on Google. Thank you. Blue alcohol markers. I think that's why I'm excited to really look for Holly's side. Yeah, just, you know, something to be like, okay, what's a hate page? Phobia shouldn't be hard to find, but hate is tricky. I think they're saying anything like that, like phobia something, because, well, yeah, phobia is something you hate so much you're afraid of it, in a way. The hate themes are phobia and anger. Yeah, you could even interpret it in a way like it's two people fighting on a page. That could be hate, like they hate each other. Those are things I'm thinking of. The issue is I'm in all these groups and I've got all these prompts and themes and ideas, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do them for. I don't know what to prioritise. There's too many. Too many I want to do. That's why I felt overwhelmed, literally. I was flipping through, because for the RJ group I'm trying to do it so I colour in the book that I haven't coloured in for the longest time. The one I haven't coloured in for the longest now is Serendipity. Try and have a look in there for something love themed, and didn't find anything. Well, I found one thing, but I was like, not entirely, or I found a couple of things, but I wasn't feeling inspired by it, so I might have a look at some others. I'm expecting lots of spiders on the phobia side, yeah, and snakes definitely. Or anything like, you could do something that looks like it's up high, like on a cliff. People are scared of heights. A good, like, more creative one. I'm going to do something in fairy tales and folklore for hate, because I love the images. And absolutely can't stand the paper, even though everyone else loves it. I hate it with a passion. Too slippery. And that's fair enough, Carly. Like, everyone has different tastes. And you're really not alone, actually. I think quite a few people do struggle with the paper in fairy tales and folklore. It's just like, it's almost so different that it's hard to colour on. because I know a lot of people judge how good a paper is based on how well it can take water-based mediums. But if you're someone who doesn't use water-based mediums, then that has like no effect for you. If you're just a pencil colourist, it's all about how the pencils feel on the paper. I started carrying on with my Colour My Number from Disney Volume 2, now continuing a whip in the Beauty and the Beast book. Nice, Jasmine. I've done quite a few Colour My Numbers this month, which usually means I've been in a bit of a slump, which was true for one day. One day I was just not feeling anything, so I did 2 Colour My Numbers during the day to get me back into the mood. But majority of them have been done because I've been watching The Traitors downstairs with my parents, and they're good things to colour on your lap. I've got a few done that way. It's just been fun seeing a bunch of them get done, because I haven't done too many over the last couple of months. I've been so busy with other plans. I'm late to this colouring challenge, can you please explain this? Which one, Jeanette? The light v dark. If it's the light v dark, it's a year-long hashtag hosted by Jo at Piggy Pens and Hollyberry Colours, and each month they pick a specific monthly theme. So for January the theme was, oh my god, what was the theme? Angels versus Demons. So angels for light, demons for dark. And then for February the theme is love versus hate. So you find a page that fits either one half of the theme or both. Like you could find a page that had an angel and a demon on it. And there's some good rivalry going on of who's winning, Team Light or Team Dark. I think for January they say that Team Dark is winning with the demons, lots of demons coming in. I was Team Light with the page I did an angel. But yeah, that's the hashtag. Okay, yeah, light v dark. I was right. Wasn't whittering on about nothing then. But yeah, it's just a really fun hashtag because it gets you really looking and thinking about your books. But also, they're really like almost easy to find. Like you can find them in loads of different books and different themed books, so everyone can really join in. I like the RJ Hampson group for the themes rather than specific books or pages, because it means that no matter what books you have, there's got to be something that you can find. I have The Traitors on TV and you're on my laptop, Jeanette. No spoilers, please. No spoilers. I'm so excited to watch it once I finish streaming. Not good at the hashtag things, old lady. No worries, Jeanette. I do have a video where I go over a lot of the yearly hashtags. Yes, you post on Instagram with the hashtag. They have a post on their Instagrams which tells you kind of like the rules of like what to do. You just find a page that fits the theme and upload it with the hashtag. So for January the hashtag was angels v demons, then it's I think love v hate. Right, let's hope this does this magic and all smooths out nicely. If it's still looking a bit patchy in places after this layer, then I'll probably activate straight from the Neocolor itself rather than applying it to the paper. My edges are curling up. So I could do a heart of flowers for love. Exactly, Jeanette. Exactly. Or you could pick a like your favourite animal. You could pick something that you love. Like, it's so open-ended. You could pick a page that depicts love, like a loving relationship, whether that's romantic love or familial love, or like friendship love. It could be love between an owner and its pet. So many different ways. Or so many different pages that you could apply it to. Or you could just go a very simple direct route, which I'm sure a lot of people will just be kind of throwing in the hashtag for all their Valentine's pages of hearts and love imagery. Light dawns. Hi Baldani, welcome in. Thanks for joining. I am getting there with this page, almost there. Thank you so much for explaining. No worries, Jeanette. It's always fun talking about hashtags. And I'm always happy to help people understand with my explaining. Light v dark, new husband versus ex-husband. Love v hate. Hello, just winging it colouring, welcome in. Some of the hashtag creators will make videos and show examples of pages so you get the idea. Yeah, I know. With the light v dark one, apparently they're not always going to be, Holly's not always going to be team dark and Joe's not always going to be team light, just that's the way it's happened for the first 2, maybe even 3 months, I think they said. But one of them will post a video of all the light themed pages and the other one will do all the dark themed pages, like a showcase of them. So that's a great way to sort of get your ideas rolling. So if I go to Holly's page, I should find the info. Yes, yes. Or, yeah, either of theirs. Holly Berry Colours or Piggy Pens. Both have Instagram and YouTube channels. They haven't done the showcase for February yet, but I think they said this weekend. I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday, but it was one of the days. I'm afraid to commit to anything. I'm doing my Angel Code for Zodiac challenge. You've been caught up with the Western Zodiac and about 4 behind on the Chinese. The good thing about those pages, Erica, is that they are not too hard to catch up with. Like, you could just spend an afternoon catching up and knock out a bunch of pages. I was quite behind. I'm almost up to date now. I've just got to do the Chibi Rooster. Yeah, I was behind for quite a few months. Managed to catch up with all the ones I was behind with in December, but didn't do December's itself. So I was behind for this month. I've caught up with both of them now. Yeah, we've almost finished half the book with that hashtag. We got 2 more months and then it will be on to the second half of the images. So for that one it will be the chibi zodiac signs and then the Chinese animals. Damn, there's just 1 week of January left and way too many pages. To write, Adele. I need to write my classic 1 week left of the month list of pages. I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's the final day of the month this Saturday. But I'm like, any pages that I have left outstanding at the end of the month I will endeavour to finish on the 1st of Feb during the tubathon, as I'm dedicating the whole day to colouring. So if I've got a bunch of whips that need finishing off, I'll finish them off that day. And I'm planning on including all the pages I do that day in my completed pages video as well. Just because I don't pre-record it. I wait until after the month is finished. So that'll probably be up the 2nd or something like that. Found it under posts, never know where to look. February is going to be all about supporting the cancer, absolutely. Hashtag colouring for cancer. I have picked a special page to honour my grandpa who died of cancer. So at the start of my stream I will talk ever so briefly about him, and it will be more of a celebration of his life and who he was as a person. Got 2 February picks to do, both in Forest Kingdom. Nice. I think my plan is to try and do a fairy page from a mythographic book. I initially had Fantasy Forest picked from the randomizer, but I'm not feeling as inspired by it, so I might do something different. But I'm not sure. Struggling. I need to check back in and see what Dragonspell page is winning or has won. So I'm curious to see that, and if that's one I feel inspired with. That's my issue. If I don't feel inspired by a page, I'm not going to force myself to do it. And unfortunately for the last few months I haven't felt inspired by the Dragonspell pages. But I'll get there. And the thing is, it is good to do pages you're not necessarily drawn to, otherwise you leave them all to the end. And then that's no good either. It was the warrior page. Oh yes, I do remember. And yeah, no, I was like, I have no idea how to approach this page. It's like all it's like a metal mechanical dragon. Yeah, I do remember seeing that winning. I knew if Vera was here, she'd remind me. So thanks, Vera. Supposed to be doing the Pixie page in Fairy Wonderland, but I haven't come up with a colour scheme yet. I love that page. It's great one for the snowflake prompt. Yeah, because even though it's fantasy forest, there's not too many like actual fairy pages in that book. It's more just kind of magical. And I also looked for the other prompts, but they're not really featured in it either. The Mythographic Collective, I think it's called, or something like that. That one's hosted by Lauren Reed Colour and Colourful Planner Mother of 3, Maria, I think. Alright, this page is almost there. There's some sections which are a bit patchy, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'm so happy it wasn't the hoarding one, so many coins. I love that page, but it's quite similar to one I've already done. Oh, I hiccuped. Pardon me. It's quite similar to... Little beasts. This one I've done. Except this one isn't as bad, like there's not actually that many coins, it's more just the flooring. But the Dragonspell one, I was like, oh, I do quite like it. But yeah, I was like, I've already done a page like that. And what was the other option? Can't remember what the other option was. Can't remember what I even voted for. Ooh. Oh. Hi Yolanda, welcome in. I hope you are doing well, Yolanda. Never apologise for being late. Life's got a life. So important to remember the person for who they were, not their illness. Absolutely. I feel really bad for Hannah Carlson because her brain cancer came back and none of the current treatments are working for it. Oh no. I did see that she'd had to undergo another round of chemo and things like that, but I haven't seen any recent updates from her. I think it's incredible that she's still illustrating. Even more reason to support her by getting a new book. Link below. No, I don't have a link below. But I'm very excited for Hannah's next book, Tales Among the Castle Ruins. That just sounds like it's going to be amazing. I hope there's going to be a lot of dragon pages in there, because I think that would look awesome. But I'll be getting it a little bit later than when it's released, because I'm going to order that and Maria Troll's new book at the same time to combine the shipping, so I'm not paying $5.99 per book. It's $5.99 for the 2 books, but the downside is you gotta wait for the second one to be released. But that's okay, it builds anticipation, we'll say that. My mum's currently in treatment for cancer, so the topic's a bit close to home. Unfortunately, cancer is something that really has hit everyone. It's a horrible disease, but I wish your mum all the best. And she is an absolute trooper. Thinking about the coins, not the coins. Actually going to bed now, thanks for the stream. Good night, Vera. Have a lovely, lovely night's sleep. Oh, option 3 was the boy playing with the dog. Yes, that's one of my favourites. And I didn't vote for that because it was a favourite. Like, sometimes I don't want to colour my favourite pages first. And that was one that I'd want to save, so I was kind of glad that one didn't win. So I think I must have voted for the Hoarding Dragon. Because I quite like colouring gold things. It's fun. You can have metallic. I like creating metal effects with pencils. Get into the gold zen. Although I might change my tune after I finish colouring that page. That does sound good. Where do you order from? That's from iMusic. And when searching for iMusic, don't just put iMusic, because you'll get the Apple Store iMusic come up. If you search for iMusic, Hannah Carlson, or iMusic Maria Troll, then the right thing will come up. It's a Danish website. I incorrectly said it was Swedish one time, but no, it is Danish. It says bookseller from Denmark or something like that at the top of their page. But they sell all the Swedish books when they're initially released. Because annoyingly, it takes about a year for their books to be released in an English edition, which is really annoying. If it was a couple of months, I'd wait. But almost a year? I can't wait that long. No, thank you. Some people do wait because they want to get the cheaper version, or they like having all their books look the same because the formatting is slightly different and obviously the language. But it doesn't bother me having books from different languages as long as it's a book with the pages in. That's what I care about. Whenever I order books from Amazon Japan and my mum sees them, she's like, but I can't read it. And I'm like, you don't need to read it. It's a colouring book. And I translate things and laugh at the silly translations because they're always very literal and a bit random at times. Illustrating maybe keeping her going, lots of empty time doing chemo. Very true, Erica. Must be a good way to switch off her brain a little bit. Could you do a video on colouring metallics? Maybe a Polychromos and a Prisma one? I love doing gold with my polys, but I only do one type of gold. Haven't quite figured out other metals. That is a video that's been on my idea list for ages. In fact, a series that I'm thinking of doing is like a relatively short video. Like not a full page colour along, but it's... The idea is how I colour ... And it's all these different things, like how I colour metallics, how I colour water, how I colour snow, etc. And just doing, I don't know, 15-20 minutes just colouring that element on a page. I feel like I could do that, because I do struggle with doing tutorial-y things. And it's not necessarily a tutorial, it's how I colour it. And that's why it's called How I Colour ... Not how to colour, how I colour. But if you are looking for something in the meantime for different colour combinations, highly, highly, highly recommend Karen at My Colourful Country Life going to her pencil series. And for Polychromos, Prismacolors, Black Widows and Chromaflows, she's got gold colour combinations, not gold, metallic colour combinations, and I do refer to that, especially for Prismacolors, because I'm less familiar with those. Or not even for Prismacolors are the only ones I have written down in my journal, because I didn't feel the need for the Polychromos ones. But I recently used a kind of rose gold combo from the Prisma one, and oh, it's a good one. But yeah, I do have a certain technique that I use to make things look metallic. And so once you've got the technique down, you can find different people's colour combos and apply apply it to those different colours. Yeah, it's just finding the time for all these videos. I've had so many videos in January. It doesn't help that I had the collection series, which I love doing. And they're still going up. I've got 2 more parts. One's coming out tomorrow. Need to edit it though. Probably do it when I've got a few minutes in between clients at work tomorrow. So that's almost finished, and then that will give me some more time to be able to film other videos, because I still haven't done my year in review, and I want to get that done before the end of January. So it'll be up, I don't know, sometime next week. I've got all the questions prepped and answered. I've answered all the questions. It's just like filming it, which will take a little while because there's a lot of books to go through and things like that. Oh, I just completely missed a load of things. Hiya Jessie, welcome in. I am doing well, thank you. Lovely to see you. I am getting there with this page. Wonder why it's so long. It's not like you have to translate it. Literally, it's just a different cover. I reckon it must be something to do with the publishers, like they must have X number of months exclusive rights in the Swedish edition before translating it, something like that. That's usually the reason. It's all to do with the publishers. But what I don't understand is why books get released in the US, then it's the exact same book. It's not even like they've changed the word colour to colour spelt with a U for the English edition. It just takes another month, and you're just like, why? You just gotta wait. Sometimes they're available early on Blackwell's in the UK, but not all the time. And sometimes it is a different spelling, and when it's that case, I'm like, okay, I understand that. And oftentimes the paper is better for the English edition, but for the mythographics is what I'm specifically thinking about. They're the exact same, although they do appear to be changing that. For the next one that's being released, the Fairy Wonderland's next, yeah. When it's on Blackwell's, it has 2 listings. One available, I think it's 7th of April, colour with an O, and then one available the 23rd of April, colour with a U. And they're re-releasing Romantasy at some point, and Cosmic Spirit is like some random ones as colour with a U. So I don't know if the paper's going to change. Maybe I should wait for Fairy Wonderland to get the English edition to see if the paper is different. Trouble is with mythographics, they do kind of change their paper. Like, not every mythographic is the exact same paper. Just pre-ordered the new Hannah and the new Emily Leaderhall on Own Music. Nice. I need to see a flip of the new Emily one before I decide, because I haven't coloured in Fairy Tales and Folklore very much. So I will see. Just realised with all this talk of cancer, my mum died 30 years ago this Sunday. Not of cancer, but of surgeries related to heartburn. If only the 80s had all the heartburn drugs we have now. Oh, bless you, Erica. Yeah, it's funny how the years kind of go by, don't they? Yeah, sending you lots of love, Erica. You'd like to see a series like that? Okay, it's still on the list, but it might get bumped up a little bit higher now. But it'll be a good kind of weekly series or bi-weekly, something like that. Glass is always one that stumps me, like glass jars, mirrors, etc. Would love that kind of tutorial. Ooh, yeah, glass would be a good one. It's the sort of thing that I could keep adding things like, someone asks, how do I colour this? I'll add that to the list. That's an illness close to me. I had an endoscopy 2 days ago to try and find out about my pain. I hope everything is okay, Jeanette, and or at least you find a source of the pain and can help sort of manage that. For Piggy's Tubathon, I would like to do a picture of a warrior in honour of all those who have fought cancer and those who are currently now. That would be amazing, Valdani. I can picture some really cool warriors in like the mythographic books. I'm thinking of that Knight with the Horse in Spirit Animals by Hannah Carson. That would be great. Karen has a bunch but no metals for the chromaflows yet. Oh, I didn't realise that. I don't have the chromaflows, so I didn't keep on top with that series. Shell's Colouring Journey also has a nice video on metals for Polychromos. Yeah, that is good to know. And Sarah Renee Clark. She was who I learned how to colour metallic things from. I'm still getting through your collection series. I always love to watch those videos. Me too. I love collection videos. I've got a few in the bank to watch. I like watching them as I go to sleep, so it does take me a few days to finish them. But yeah, I love it. Amateurs, but all the same, yeah. Mirrors. I always internally debate whether I should invert some reflection to show in the mirror or just show the glass. I often cheat and just kind of do it metallic. Use a shiny silver pen and go, that'll do. Hi Hadassah, welcome in. Pages look amazing, thank you. Yeah, it's like the Luna May book that got released a month before in America to us. Yeah, exactly. Let me check my book. Oh, to be fair, there is a U in it. To be fair, there is a U. Yeah, and this one was published in the UK as well. So I think it's a slightly different publishing company because they're done by Michael O'Mara Books, which are owned, or they own Lomart. It's the same company. I'm so excited for this Tubathon. Yes, me too. I wonder how long Yolanda's collection videos end up. Probably all in all, with the whole series, if you put it on a playlist, that would probably like be a full day. A full day of watching, and I love that. Because I think a few of them have been over an hour. The last one was 45 minutes. But yes, I love them. I love collection series. I love just admiring books and seeing people flip through them and go, oh, I love this page. I like seeing what people like the look of in terms of pages. I thought about doing a marathon once they're all out, but I might need a free week. Very true to tell. I mean, how many parts is it going to be? Is it 18? I don't know, but yeah. It's a nice long series for us. Lovely, lovely. Jess, what am I doing now? Neocolor 2 base with Polychromos over the top? Yes. So Neocolor 2 base, and then these two animals were shaded with Polychromos. I think for the sky, I'm just going to keep it as Neocolor 2s though. Just to make things simpler. It's also nice having a bit of a difference in texture between the main image and the background. Oh, Yolanda's got 24 parts and she's done 4. bring on the next bunny. Can't wait to watch them. I kind of filmed all of my collection videos in about a week, and so I haven't filmed any for a while, but I've still had them coming out, and oh my gosh, managing the storage space on my phone has been a right pain. It means that any other video I want to record I can't keep in the bank for later. I need to kind of upload it as soon as to free up the storage space. But now I'm almost done with all the collection videos. Got only 2 left. Got 1 filmed, and then I still need to film my Disney one. That'll be the last part. The Disney part of the collection is the only one where I haven't worried about colouring new pages in, because I colour them for relaxation, and I was getting a bit film with those collections, and I wanted to do colouring. I just wanted to colour, because I didn't colour too much at the start of the month because I was filming so much. Oh my gosh, something just fell on my next to me on my bed. Right, I think I'm about done. I'm getting so bored of this background. Right, I'm going to work on this snow, and then maybe off camera I'll do another bit of tweaking. Where's my pencil? I've got this. Where's my sharpener? Here. So I've got sky blue for the snow, and a bit of white Prismacolor as well, just because it's a bit more opaque. I've done this, but the rest of it I haven't done. But yeah, I'm just kind of going wherever the blue sections are with the snow and trying to kind of smooth out the shading a bit, neaten it up. And then I will also go outline all of the bits of snow with a white paint pen, so that's going to take me a while. I think I'll do that whilst watching the Traitors. And then I'm going to go over all of that with the Folk Art Extreme Glitter. I think I'll do the outlining first and then the glitter at the end. And then I can always add another layer of the white after I've done the glitter if I feel like it needs it. I'd love one on crystals. Yes, that was another one that I had the idea for, because I also have a bit of a technique for crystals. People find them daunting, but they're not actually that scary once you develop a technique. Separating the crystals, it's another difficult one. It's been lovely, but it's getting late. I'm going to lurk whilst I get ready for bed. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for joining us, Laura. You have a lovely night's sleep. Good to know. I didn't realise you could do anything on top of Neocolor 2s. It was something I was sceptical of, which sounds silly because I've heard of people using it in videos. And it's not like I didn't believe them, but I was like, how can you put pencils on top of Neocolor 2s when they're waxy? But they dry really... It's like got a bit of a texture to it, so it layers pencil on top really quite nicely. Water is tough for me, working on it though. Water I just find annoying. Underwater I do. When it's like the surface of water I find it quite nice and relaxing to do, but it depends on the page actually. I'm a bit picky when it comes to water. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. I'm down in New Mexico, and yes, we need it so bad. We have a snowstorm rain coming this weekend. Ours has just been grey and gloomy. It's quite nice today here, but I think it started raining this evening. It was quite bright for most of the afternoon. For the past 3 days, I've had to have my light on in my room for colouring every day. Like, the whole day is what I mean. Not every day. I'm bored of the background now, I'm bored of snow. There's no pleasing me. At least with the snow there's less of it to do. Big clump of it down here, but other than that it's not too bad. The snow to do on this page, and I've got 2 more snowy pages left to do for the month. And then I don't know if I've got any planned for February. Yeah, I do very, very easily get bored of doing snow. I just got an alcohol marker spot in a place I didn't want it. A bit of ink came off the cap when it opened. Oh, I hate that. That is the worst. Just realised how late it is. You've got to go pick up your son. Take care, Sarah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, what time is it? 9:30. I feel like I've spent ages doing the background, which I have. I've spent 2 hours on it. But still good time for the stream. I'm going to try and finish around 10 though tonight. A wee bit earlier than normal, just so I can watch the traitors before going to bed. Let's do these on top here. Love my hashtag, can't wait to colour bees. Me too. I am looking forward to seeing all the bees as well. I might do a little tracker in my journal to count how many bees. Encourage everyone to do the same. See how many bees you can get done. Because yes, multiple bees on the same page do count. Who can colour the page with the most amount of bees on it? Right, let's sharpen this up a bit. 320 Ohuhu set, but 2 markers arrived up, so now my logical side says 318 markers more than enough, but my full set interest cries, yeah. Yeah, and it's like, who knows, they could have been your favourites. Tracker for bees, like what you did with pumpkins? Yeah, exactly that. Like a little box to check. Do polys work well in this book on top of a water-based base layer? Yes. Polys are my favourite in this book. I love how polys work on the paper by Leopard. And they are the publishing company for this and those like A4 books that I just call the Leopard series. So the ones by Stratton Peterson, the Tarot one by Alexis Thompson, the crystal colouring one. Oh, that reminds me, I want to colour a flamingo next month for the Wild Year of Colour. And there's so many pages I've got ideas for, or like so many flamingo pages I've got in mind, and it's like, gotta pick one. Gotta pick one. Just reminded me because one of them is in a Lomart book. You guys probably can't see too much of a difference, but it has smoothed out the shading for me. I'm tempted to get a Derwent drawing white pencil, because apparently it's the best white pencil out there. I was watching the Colouring Bliss do a review on the Derwent drawing pencils because I keep seeing them around and hearing good things about them. But I was like, oh, I don't want to get any more 72 sets of pencils because it's too much. Tried to lift it with a blender and that made it run a little. It lightened, but it spread. Oh. And I feel like it always decides to do it. It never does it over top of a dark colour that you can hide. It always does it up on a white section or a light section. You're just like, why? Can we pass bees as a phobia? I'm sure someone's scared of bees. Yeah, bees are a phobia. So many people are scared of bees. Yeah, people are allergic to bees, and that's enough to give someone a phobia, to be fair. I'm thinking of, like, what's the film where someone gets, like, attacked with a load of bees and he's like, no, not the bees, not the bees. What's that film? Is it Nicolas Cage? I've never seen the film, but I've seen the meme. Or, like, seen the clip of it. But I don't know what the film is. Someone will know. That'd be cute, like Disney Meg's How Many Pumpkins. Yeah, I was kind of thinking how many pumpkins, but, or like doing a how many bees, but I think with my bee pages video, I'll showcase at the same time how many bee pages I've done, and I can do a little tally chart to the side of how many bees I've coloured. Because I don't think it's actually that many, because I think the majority of the pages I've coloured only have one bee on it. They tend to be the focus on the page. I think some of these smaller splotches I might just go over completely with white paint pen, as I'm too neat with the Neocolors, and that's fine. Indiana Jones said that about snakes. It's from The Wicker Man. Yes, as soon as someone said it, I'd be like, yeah, I remember that. Because I think, oh, there's a film called The Wicker Man. There's a ride in the UK called The Wicker Man, the roller coaster. If we start tagging bees as a phobia for Light v Dark, I think the love side is finished. Yeah, because I was thinking, oh, I could include a bee page because I love bees. But yeah, it could go both sides. The Derwent Chinese white is amazing, which I find ironic considering that most whites coming out of China generally suck. Erica, that is... that's too funny, that. Whenever I think of bees attacking, I think of My Girl, first movie that made me cry. I also think of that, even though I've never seen it. But Again, I've seen the clip. I know that he dies of a bee sting. And there's his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. Yeah, that's just like one of those iconic movies that I know about, but I've never actually seen. Chrissy had a phone call, but you're back. No worries. That glasses part, the exact part I cried. Yeah, I mean, as somebody who's never seen a film, I see the clip of that and I'm like, yeah, that's heartbreaking, that. That was a pretty good American accent. I can do it if I don't try. If I try to do an accent, that's when it doesn't work. It was more of a mimic than trying to do an accent. I'm not the best at accents. I try my best. You know what, Adele? I was just thinking to my head, do I talk about Bridge to Terabithia? And then I thought no, because my take on that film is very controversial. I watched that film when I was 9 or 10 and it scarred me for life. I don't think my mum realised what the film was about, so me and my younger brother watched the DVD and were inconsolable, bless you. So yeah, my unpopular opinion about Bridge to Terabithia, I don't think it's that good. I didn't grow up watching it. I didn't watch it until I was, I want to say, like 15, 16, so past the prime age for it. And all I could think watching it was, these kids are too old to be playing make-believe. Like, they're meant to be, what, 13? Like, 12, 13? Like, teenagers? I couldn't, like, I didn't care because I just thought it was so unbelievable that these kids are playing full make-believe that I just didn't care about anything that happened in the film, which is awful because, yeah, death. But yeah, I was just like, I didn't care for it, and loads of people in my childhood had talked about how much they loved it and how much it made them cry and how amazing it was, and I watched it for the first time with all this hype and expectation. I just was like, yeah, it wasn't it. You didn't like the film either because it was unbelievable. Okay, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. But I think for most people it's probably the nostalgia that makes them cry, the fact that they watched it as a child, and I can imagine watching it when you're 8, 9 years old is a lot more believable to you because you're still in that frame of mind of childhood innocence. But once you've got through to like your mid-teens, you're like, I'm not convinced. Like, if you're going to have a story where they're playing make-believe, have the kids be kids. When was it set? What period? Oh, like the period it was made in, like early 2000s, I want to say, or 90s. It had a little baby Josh Hutcherson in it. I'm gonna Google. 2007. Yeah, so it came out the like perfect time for me. It's just one that I never watched. Oh, it's based on a 1977 novel, so it's probably set in the 70s then. Yeah, the main character is 12, and I don't think a 12-year-old would be playing make-believe the way they are. mean, I've only watched it that one time, but I don't think it was particularly 70. I think it was just set in the time that it was made. To be fair, I played Make Believe by myself for way too long. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I was also a child that played a lot of Make Believe. Me and my sister. You know what, in hindsight, that probably matches up with the fact that, because I would have been 8, matches up with when it was released and when people at school would have watched it, and the couple of years of my life that people decided to bully me for having a boy's name. And I was like, I'd never heard at that point of my life of Jess or Jessie as a boy's name, but seeing that the main character's called that, that's probably where they got it from. Although, I don't know. I feel like I was quite young when people said that. I feel like I was in year 1 or year 2, so that film would have actually been released yet. But yeah, some kids just decided to be like, oh, why do you have a boy's name? And I was like, I don't. Like, I was so confused because I'd never even heard it as a boy's name. It'd always been a girl's name to me. And even to this day, I find it, Jessie is a boy's name, strange to me, personally. Jessie, do you agree? Fellow Jessie in the chat, do you agree? Oh, I tell you what, someone at work just calls me Jessie. Like, not even like, it's like a sort of an endearing way, just, she only calls me Jessie, and she's the only one who does, and it just unnerves me, because only my family call me that, and rarely. So it just feels weird when someone calls you a nickname that you've never given them. I'm like, it's just Jess. I just find it weird. Like, why are you giving me a nickname? We're not that close. In what universe is Jess a boy's name? In the Bridge to Terabithia universe. I mean, Jessie spelt like Jesse. That, to me, that's the boy version of Jessie. But I know there's girls out there that spell their name like that as well. I never knew Jessie was a boy's name until I was a teenager, so luckily it wasn't too confusing for me. Yeah, I didn't know until kids started picking me on it for it. When I was about, I don't know, 7 years old, maybe 6, maybe 8, I don't know, someone around then. Jessie and James Team Rocket. Jessie has always been a girl's name for me. Very true as well, very true. I have Jessie M as my business name because Jessie is like a pet name for me, but my family close friends call me sometime. Lots of people call me Jessie now when most people call me Jess. Yeah. I'm always up for calling whatever you'd prefer me to call you. One of my pet peeves in life is seeing someone who's, say, because at my last job at one point we had like 6 Jesses working there, but some of them preferred Jessica, some preferred Jess. And whenever they'd start being like, right, what do you prefer, Jess or Jessica? And they go, I don't mind. And I'm like, no. As someone with a long name that gets shorter, do you have a preference? Pick one, and I will call it to you. Don't say you don't mind, because you do. There is a preference you have. Pick a lane, and I will drive through it. My nan doesn't like the name Jess or Jessie, so she always calls me Jessica. Yeah, I always find there's people in life that insist on calling me Jessica, and I just find it weird. I'll try correcting them a few times, but after a while I'm like, there's no hope. I'm like, oh, it's just Jess. And they're like, nah, I'm calling you Jessica now. I'm like, okay. Like, there's this one lady at work who insists on calling me Jessica, which I understand from work's point of view, because you see my name on the phone and it's my full name. So when they're like, oh, okay, who have I got? I've got Jessica coming. I get that. But yeah, it's like one of the other carers specifically calls me Jessica, and I'm like, it's just Jess. Older people often call me Jessica. Yeah. Yeah, even though I introduce myself as Jess, I'm like, okay, Jessica. I grew up with Toy Story and Jessie and Matt, so I found Jessie to be a cute name. Yes, me too. Toy Story 2 was actually my first Toy Story movie. It was the one that we had on videotape, so it was the one that I watched the most. Still my favourite of all the Toy Stories. And I love Jessie as a character. Every proper form and stuff I fill out, I always put my full name, like Jessica, and I'm calling to the GP or something, I always thought, yes, I do the same, because I have been burned in the past where I was at mobile phone company 3, and I just turned 18 and I was now buying my own phone contracts, whereas my parents were beforehand, and I decided to move from Tesco Mobile to 3. So I created an account, and whilst I was in the store, the guy goes to me, so what do you prefer to be called, Jess, Jessica? And I was like, well, just Jess is fine, thinking, okay, he's just going to call me Jess here today. And then when it came to getting a new phone for my contract, I went to 3 store. I was like, okay, I'm up for a new renewal, up for a new phone. And he goes, okay, yeah, you got ID, gave the ID, and he goes, I'm so sorry, but your name doesn't match your ID. And I was like, what? He goes, your name on the system is Jess, and your ID says Jessica. And I'm like, are you joking me? And I had to go and submit a form to prove that my name was actually Jessica, and it did match my ID. And it just took me so long to fill out this phone contract, all because a guy asked me in the store if I preferred to be called Jess or Jessica, and I said Jess. And apparently he put that on the system. Idiot. So now I feel a bit scarred from that experience. So yeah, it always feels weird saying my full name as Jessica, because like, it just, I don't think it rolls off the tongue as nicely as Jess. Maybe if you say, no, I prefer Jess, using the word prefer might help. But that was how he worded it. I think the guy was just a bit stupid. Because he was like, what do you prefer to be called? And that's what I said. Because how many people out there, full name is Jess? Like, how many? Probably 5% of all Jesses out there, their full name is Jess. Everyone's a Jess. Like, it's so strange. And how, as a company, would you not accept, okay, I see you've got Jess on your documents, but your ID says Jessica. Can't be the same person. I've not got, like, the most unique surname ever that you've never heard of. But yeah, Jess doesn't match with Jessica. You're a fraud. That's a nightmare. I've never heard of that before. It's not like he put you down as Tess or something. It was so dumb. And the guy at the store was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't renew your contract because your name doesn't match. He was so apologetic. And I was like, are you joking me? Like, what the fuck? I had to fill out all these forms online, proving my name. Stupid. It's not like Bob when you're Robert. Exactly. It's not like, or Kate and you're a Catherine. Or, in my opinion, the worst, Harry when you're a Henry. Why is that a nickname? Why is Harry a nickname for Henry when they're the same length, the same number of letters, the same number of syllables? It's not shorter, but it's a nickname. I just don't get it. And it's something that really irks me. And one of those things that like gets me very passionate. And my mum goes, calm down, Jess, it's not that deep. And I'm like, but it's stupid. Why is it a nickname when it's not shorter? What's the point of me filling out a form if you're still going to get it wrong? Exactly. You know how now every app with authentication has the ID scanning thing where they read your name from ID? Fun fact, it sucks when you have special characters like Lithuanian letters in your name. Oh. So once in a while I have to argue with a random app. Looking at you, Revolut. About my actual name versus whatever nonsense they read. Oh, that's annoying. Or Jack for John / Jonathan. Yeah. Like, my name's John, but everyone calls me Jack. That was a direct quote from Love Actually. The Martin Freeman's character. Why? Why does everyone call you Jack? Or someone like my nan, who is called her middle name and is never called by her first name. Oh, it was it was a silly thing. Like, it was a family name that she had to be called that name, but hates the name, never gets called it, but all the letters and stuff is to her actual name. And when I was little, I got very confused by it. I was like, but that's not your name. Who's this woman? She goes, oh, it's me. But no one calls me that. I'm like, just call your baby the name you want. I don't get it. My granddad is called Leslie, but everyone calls him Les. And when he got a National Trust card, it was filled out by an employee and they spelled his name as Leslie, like the girl's spelling. Now it's a running family joke. Yeah. What gets me is people misspelling my name. In fact, I don't think of it as a misspelling, it's a different name. Erica of Helen Colour's name. Different name. Yeah. I mean, Erica and Erica, like, I get that being a different one. I never understood Dick being short for Richard. I agree too. Yeah, Richard to Rick to Dick, but why Dick? Or Dickie? What? Hair? What? Didn't the first guy also need your ID, so not smart to not use it? Literally, I don't understand. I don't understand why that happened. Like, back in the day, there were way too many Henrys, Johns, etc. Lots of people misspell Jeanette. Yeah, I find it funny when people when people ask my name and I'm like Jessica, and how do you is that spelt the normal way? And I'm like, I think if my name was Jessica and it wasn't spelt the normal way, I would immediately say spelt like this instead, like spelt with a K. I think anyone would do that. I know they just got to ask it to double check, but still, I feel like if your name was not spelt the normal way, you'd be like, oh, it's Jessica, but Jesika. Like, you'd spell it out. Like, I always spell out my surname because it's a bit weird. And people always spell it wrong. No matter how much I enunciate the letters, they spell it wrong. Right, I do think I am done. And as I always do, when I say I'm done, I carry on colouring a little bit. How else is Jessica spelled? Like Jessica? Which makes me think of Jessica. Like Jessica? Jessica? I'm about to fall on my PC, so I'm going to scram. Have a nice evening, everyone. You too, Adele. I'm also heading off now. Gonna watch The Traitors. Is that the nickname Ted for Edward? Yeah, you're just introducing different letters then. Where does the T come from? Random. I get it when it's short, well, even short for like Theodore. Still a bit weird because Theo is a short version. It's a popular nicknaming format, so you had the long name, the short name, and then the short name but with a different letter. Yeah, weird. No way. Your name was spelled Jessica. Jessica. That's too funny. People these days might be Jessica or something. Well, I feel like someone out there must spell it with a K, you know, to be weird, like the Kardashians or something, like Jessica with a K. Right, I am going to head off. I tell you what, the background looks so much better on camera than it does in real life. But I'm going to continue smoothing that out. But I can do that whilst I'm watching the final of The Traitors. Yeah, so I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Any of my members, I will see you on Sunday for our live stream. And if not, I will see you next Friday where... Ooh, let me grab the book. Let me grab the book. I will be colouring in Dragons du Monde. And I'm pretty sure I know the page I'm doing. Because I'd flagged a few. I didn't want to do that one. Oh no, now I'm seeing the polar bears and I'm like, maybe I do. It's either this one or that one. But I think this was the one I was feeling most drawn to. But I might change my mind. Yeah, something snowy still. Yeah, one of those pages from Dragons du Monde next week on Friday. Yeah, everyone have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, have a good night's sleep, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everybody!